Hi, it's me Nifty, and this is the beginner's way to open a 3-dial lock. This particular base is a clans base I found on Official. Later in this video you'll see how I open their 4-dial lock first go. Yes, first go. So first of all, how long can these locks take? A 3-dial will usually open within about 15 to 20 minutes maximum. So if you go through all the numbers available, you won't be here any longer than that. However, when you find a 4-dial lock, you could get it first go, or it could take you over 2 hours to crack open. I think the longest amount of time it might take is somewhere near 2 hours and 20, 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's important to have a strategy to go through all the digits so you don't miss any and have to repeat the whole saga again. Obviously, if you got guns and grenades, it's probably going to be a lot quicker, or a clan that might be able to help you boost in a base. Anyway, this was a 3-dial lock sitting on a base on an official server, and this is how I got in. You can start at any number as long as you have a strategy to go through all the digits. I'm going to walk you through from starting at the number 300 and how to start. So in this instance, we can start with the lock on 30. The third dial can be any number. As long as you spin it 9 times, you've checked every number on the third dial.
There's literally only 200 digits.
So here we go, 9 spins. 10. This time you can spin the second dial 1 time and you're going to check all the teens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you're going to do the 320. So 3, 2, and spin that last dial 9 times. Then you go through the 330s, 340s, 350s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and your 300s are done. You can then move on to any other set of 100 that you want to start at. I highly suggest, if you're brand new to base building, you always use 4-dial locks. If you've got 2 gates and you need a choice between a 3 and a 4, the first one your enemy sees should always be the 4-dial. That's because it's the first gate and it should take them the longest amount of time to get in. Because if they crack the 3-dial, they're probably going to use their grenades or whatever on their second one. That's in my opinion anyway. Eventually you're going to go through all the digits, and when you get the correct code, the lock will just fall off on the ground. You don't need to worry about stopping to spin to hit the right number. As soon as that lock is correct, passing that number, it just falls off on the ground like this. That is certainly my favourite sound. Because it was a clan base, what I did here was quickly switch up the digits. That will allow me time if I get ambushed by a clan whilst inside their base. It might give me a negotiating power. It might also just buy me some time to come up with a strategy whilst under attack. It can be seen as quite toxic to keep people's lock codes. My intent is usually to give it back. If I know who the base owner is, I will send them a message or just let them know in gameplay. The next thing with 3-dial locks, as you can see, the door next to me is also locked. The best thing about some clan bases is they're pretty clueless sometimes with how they set their codes. So this could have taken 20 minutes, but I decided to try that exact same code, which you'll find this trick works quite often on a clan base. Knowing the last code was 052, I plugged that in here and got it the first time. As you can see, when you get the codes off, it will show you the player's code on the bottom left of your screen. So once again, I quickly mix up the digits, lock the gate. Because the first 2 locks came off with the same code, it tells me it is highly likely for the rest of their codes to be exactly the same or very, very similar codes. Every time I've broken into clan bases and I get the same codes on the first couple of locks, it is more than likely more layers will have the same code. This was their third gate. I want to try 052 again. Unfortunately for them, they've used the same code, which allowed me to get the next 2 locks off instantaneously. I didn't even have to scramble around with the 052 and mix it up. So once again, mixed up the numbers, locked the gate. It was then time to check the roof, and if I see a 3 dial, I'm quietly confident it's going to be a 052 again. What's interesting is their last dial after this is a 4 dial. So I'll show you how to crack those quite easy when you spot these codes on player spaces. Here's the 4 dial. They've had the same code 3 or 4 times running now, so I think the code is going to be 052. Spin that last dial 9 times and it will pop off. If it doesn't, I will explain how I would have gone through a few patterns to try and crack that code. So let's have a look what happens. Remember, these can take over 2 hours, so it's worth mixing your codes up. I want to try that exact code here, so I'm going to set this first dial to number 0. And once I've done that, I need to set the second dial to number 5. Because number 2 is already on the third dial, now I just want to spin this last dial 9 times.
Ah, they did look there. Fuck yes. 4 dial cracked in a minute. Why did they do that? Oh my lordy. Can't believe they did that on the 4 dial.
This year I've cracked hundreds of 4 dials. Thanks to patterns, sometimes they're nice and quick. I know, it's weird. I'm slightly obsessed with it. And when they come off this easy, I am super relieved because sometimes it will take a really long time. Had this particular lock not opened on 052 random digit, I would have put the 052 on the second, third and fourth dial and spun the first dial 9 times. The amount of times that when bases have the same codes across 3 or 4 gates, one of the other gates are probably going to be the same, but the numbers slightly mixed up. When you're going from a 3 to a 4, they're probably going to try and keep their 3 digits together. So those 3 digits might appear at the start of the lock, which is why I spin the fourth lock 9 times, or those 3 digits might appear at the end of the lock. So that would be on the digits 2, 3 and 4, and you spin that first digit 9 times. The amount of times this works for me on a clan space is pretty high, especially when they're using the same codes. Some other really easy beginner tips for when you're raiding a clan would be for you to have a look in all their crates, tents, cars and anything else at their base that is storage, and look for the locks sitting in storage. What you want to do is take them out and glance at the preset number on the lock. If that preset is 111 on a 3 dial or 1111 on a 4 dial, that's okay. But if it is any other number, you should be writing that down, and if you're stuck on another lock in that clan space, you should be trying those numbers. Sometimes when players switch up the numbers, they are too lazy to put the numbers back to 111 or 1111, and you might actually have the code in your hands that's going to unlock another gate. I hope that's of some help for you. I hope if you've never cracked a 3 dial, you can now go do it. Players who are experienced should definitely know better than to have 3 dials on their base. So I don't think anything's wrong with cracking a 3 dial to get people's loot. Let me know how you go opening your first 3 dial lock, whether it was a solo space or a clan space. Did they use the same codes? Did they have a pattern in the numbers? Did you get lucky, unlucky? Did you get it open? Thanks for watching. You can often find me live streaming on Twitch now, where I'll be looking for bases to break into. It's my favourite thing about the game. It doesn't mean I always raid a person. Sometimes I just deliver fruit, vegetables and or loot. Depends if I need gear or not. So again, thank you for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and I hope to see you here next time.